Alright, today's video we got something crazy. Bungie decided to change some things, which was absolutely insane because everybody was very upset about it being 3 weeks for each dungeon. Everyone was very pissed about that, so Bungie's actually done some crazy changes. This is actually nuts. Let's get into this. They posted this a little bit ago, so let's read this. Starting today, our planned Rite of the 9 dungeon calendar will be changing. Each dungeon will be featured for 2 weeks as opposed to 3. And we are increasing the manifold currency, which is the stuff that drops, drop rates, which can be exchanged for additional weapons. With this change, Ghost of the Deep will now launch next Tuesday, May 20th, followed by Prophecy on June 3rd. Alongside the above change, the second week of a given dungeon will also feature increased weapon drops, where rewards can drop from any enemy defeated during your dungeon playthrough. Holofoils are included in this as well. For this week, we are rapidly working on an update that will turn on increased weapon drops in Spire of the Watcher until Ghost of the Deep becomes the featured dungeon next week. We'll let you know when that's deployed. Starting on June 17th, all Rite of the 9 dungeons will be available to play at any time on any difficulty, and increased currency drops will be active for all 3 dungeons. Each week, a featured dungeon will have increased weapon drops. This will begin with Spire of the Watcher on June 17th, followed by Ghost of the Deep on June 24th, and ending with Prophecy on July 1st. On July 8th, a Loot Palooza will begin. All 3 dungeons will have all rewards bonuses enabled for the final week of Episode Heresy, alongside a new way to spend your manifold currency. We hope this gives all Guardians ample time to hunt for holofoils and adepts as they prepare for the Edge of Fate launch on July 15th. Holy fuck, this is the best shit ever. This is honestly crazy. It does suck it's still 2 weeks, but it makes sense because this one's going to have 2 weeks. Spire currently is going to have 2 weeks because we're in Spire right now. So it makes sense they're going to be 2 weeks, which is way better than 3 weeks. So we'll take that. But also what they've done here is just insane. So they're increasing the material farm massively. The non-nary manifold currency drop rates, which can be exchanged for additional rewards, they're increasing it, which is insane. I don't know how much by how much, but they're increasing it. Ghost will now start next Tuesday, which is awesome. Prophecy will start on the June 3rd, which is crazy soon compared to what it was previously. And the second week of a given dungeon will also feature increased weapon drops, which is absolutely insane, which currently is this week for Spire. It is a bit late, but it is only the Wednesday, so this still gives you ample time. Rewards can now drop from any enemy defeated during your dungeon playthrough. Holofoils are included in this as well. I'm hoping adepts are if you're doing the hard mode. I'm hoping just farming the ads will give you an adept to drop. I'm hoping it won't be just normal holofoils. I'm hoping it'll be adepts and adept holofoils because obviously you're in the harder mode. So they don't say this here, but I assume that should be how it works. If it doesn't, that's going to be very disappointing. But this is kind of crazy. So next week will be Ghost. The first week will be like increase the material as a whole. But then the second week, you'll be able to farm the weapons from enemy drops as well, which is kind of crazy. It kind of gives you an incentive to play the second week. At the same time, it kind of makes you not really care to play the first week in a sense because of its less loot. But it is more material gain. So the first week's like material farm. You find an encounter you can farm really easily. Farm the material. Focus farm the material to put into the chest. And then see if you get lucky. And then the second week, you can kill ads and get weapons to drop too. So it's kind of an interesting concept. I do like this. This is not bad. For this week, we are rapidly working on an update that will turn on increased weapon drops in Spire of the Watcher. We assume by them saying increased weapon drops, they're talking about listing up here where, because it says increased weapon drops, obviously, that they'll drop from enemies. So that's awesome. Thank you, Bungie. It's a great change. The fact that the June 17th, all Rite of the 9 dungeons will be available to play at any time on any difficulty. Increased currency drops will be active for all 3 dungeons. That's insane as well. Then each week we'll have a featured dungeon, which is awesome because we already kind of have that in the game, but this will be specific to the event, and it'll increase the weapon drops. So during that time, every week there will be a weapon that drops from the enemies and stuff, I'm guessing, and drops like crazy, or it also drops extra from the loot chest. I don't know yet. We'll wait to see in that part. Obviously, it's still a little bit away. This will begin with Spire of the Watcher on June 17th, followed by Ghost of the Deep, like they said, on June 24th, and ending with Prophecy on July 11th. And then, as we read, July 8th, we're getting a Lootapalooza, which is insane. We'll begin all 3 dungeons. We'll have all reward bonuses enabled for the week. The final week of Episode Heresy alongside a new way to spend your currency. We hope this gives all guardians ample time to hunt for hollow foes in the depths. So I'm excited for that. I don't know what the extra way to spend your material is going to be. I'm hoping it'll be you can focus specifically each weapon, and it'll give you a guaranteed weapon of that type. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. I'm excited. This is a great change. It does suck it's still 2 weeks long, but it's actually a decent thing that it's 2 weeks long. It is a bonus, so currency for the first week, second week focuses on weapon drops, so I kind of like that system. It's not a bad system. So Bungie, good fucking job on this. This was absolutely insane. It's better than the 3-week waiting 10 years for nothing. So Bungie, thank you for doing this. This definitely gives us a lot more time to farm weapons, as well as a better system to farm better weapons. Obviously, it would have been better if they would have just done 1 week and then allowed all of them to be available, or just done rotating weeks constantly. But at the same time, this is not a bad choice by any means, because we will have all 3 available for a little bit. So for 3 weeks, 4 weeks technically, or 5 weeks, something like that now. I think it'll be 3 weeks. Yeah, it'll be 3 weeks because they're cutting a week off each one. So that's 3 weeks plus the 4th final week. So 4 weeks of all the dungeons available. You can farm whichever one you want. That's really nice. Plus the final week will have some sort of bonus. So the 4th week will have some sort of bonus. Great system. I'm actually proud of Bungie on this. This was nothing that anyone expected. I don't think anyone expected this. It's kind of crazy. Thank you, Bungie. Hopefully they're able to activate it very quickly for the Spark drop, so that way you can kill ads. They might already have it implemented by now. I don't know. We'll see. We'll check this out tomorrow to see what they say. Anyways, enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment what you think. Let's go, Bungie. You did something great. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment what you think. Are you excited Bungie did this? Let me know. Hallelujah, Bungie did something good. Thanks for watching. We out. Adios.